Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you back today for another reading. I hope that all of you are doing amazing. And as we all may know, 2023 is coming to an end. So today I wanted to look into a message that is meant to reach you and that you're meant to hear before the end of this year. And we have 3 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Please feel free to choose any pile that you feel most drawn to, and then you can skip to the timestamps, which are in the description, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1. If you guys chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading today about the message that is meant to reach you before the end of this year. So as your card, pile number 1, you chose the beautiful Hermit card here. Very beautiful image. And let's get your tarot cards, pile number 1. Let's start there and let's see what is your message before the end of this year. So for my pile number 1, I feel this card is already wanting to come out. What is the message that they're meant to hear, universe, angels, and spirit guides before the end of this year? What kind of guidance would you like to give to pile number 1 before the end of this year? Okay, let's take a look, pile number 1. First of all, here with the Hermit card, I'm kind of getting that this year has been quite a journey for you. I feel a lot of you maybe experienced like big spiritual awakening, or some of you maybe found your path in life. Some of you maybe found your passion, your life purpose. I feel that this year, 2023, has maybe been a lot about self-discovery for you, pile number 1. If you felt drawn to the Hermit card, but let's see the rest of your cards. You also have the 8 of Cups. Okay, beautiful. You have the King of Wands. Wow, okay, I love this energy for you. You also have, you have the 3 of Pentacles. And your last card is the Magician. Okay, yeah, I love this. I definitely feel that 2023 for a lot of you, pile number 1, has been about stepping really into your power, about self-discovery, leaving behind the things that don't serve you and just things that don't sit right with you, okay? That's what I feel that 2023 was about, really stepping into your power for a lot of you guys. And the message that you need to hear for the rest of the year, I'm honestly hearing like good job. Like that's kind of what I'm getting from your cards. Like good job, like you did really good. If some of you set stronger boundaries this year, if you stepped into your authentic self, if you started listening more to yourself, to your intuition, to your own thoughts, your own way of thinking. I'm also getting like a lot of you might have started to work on like actually putting in work into the things that you want to bring to your life. So I'm seeing that the end of this year and the rest of the year, you're actually going to start to receive a lot, pile number 1. That's the message that I feel like you should receive. You will kind of get all of the rewards that you put in effort for prior. And your work is not just like physical work. I feel that a lot of you did so much spiritual work and so much work on your character, your everything. I honestly feel that you as a person with the Hermit card have improved so much this year. And as a reward of this, you will start to receive a lot. Okay, with the Magician and the 3 of Pentacles, I feel that you guys will start to receive. It almost feels like the few months that we have left in this year are going to be about reaping what you have sown before, right? You know that saying. So I feel that it's going to feel quite rewarding for you this end of this year. And you're going to feel like you've made the right decision in something is also what I feel. With the 8 of Cups, as I mentioned, I feel that a lot of you this year, you chose yourself before others, or you chose your own peace, your own wants for once, your own priorities for once. You put yourself as a priority for once, and as a result of this, you've made a huge upgrade in your life. with the King of Wands, I feel that you guys have really truly stepped into your power this year of who you actually are, setting your boundaries, developing your character, developing your skills. All in all, I feel that as a person, you've improved so much, pile number 1, this year. And again, the message that you need to hear is that now it's time for you to receive whatever you have been working for prior. Because we see these two people here with the Three of Pentacles. It seems that they're working, they're doing something together. So this is why I feel that a lot of you have been working maybe day and night into something. Maybe you have been working with other people, collaborating with other people as well. But I feel that for those of you who chose this pile, it's like your main priority this year was to be better than before, was to change your life in some kind of way. And with the Magician, this is going to be, I feel, quite a life turning point for you. I feel you will experience a big climax. Okay, that's what I feel like. The rest of this year is going to feel like a big climax to everything that you've done before. Everything that you did prior was just prep work for this moment right now. So I want to see what exactly is happening here for you, because I do feel that you will experience quite a lot. Okay, you will experience, maybe throughout this year you have been getting what you have been wanting. You were able to manifest quite a few things, but I feel you're getting kind of the main thing by the end of this year. Like you're getting something special, something big, kind of the big deal, the main thing that you have been wanting. Let's get some more oracle cards to clarify what this is going to be for you, pile number 1. What is happening for you in the end? You have high honor. So when this card comes up, I always get it as very like, almost like that energy of like bombarding, of, very fast energy. So there's definitely something coming in your way that it's very powerful. It's very fast. Okay, so I feel what you need to know for the end of this year is that you will start to receive a lot of things. Perhaps a lot of your manifestations, especially because this card is falling under the Magician. I feel that like the message for you for the end of this year is to expect a lot of things to come to fruition. A lot of things that you have been working for, putting effort into. You've changed for the better. And the universe wants to reward you for all of the spiritual work that you've done, for all of the work on yourself. Because to be honest, I feel that for you, pile number 1, the main development that I'm seeing for you has been more so in your mindset and your way of thinking, your connection to spirituality. So it is like that inner part of you that really changed this year. But I always say this, and change always comes from within, right? So because you guys have changed so much within, with your mindset, your way of thinking, the way that you perceive things, I feel that your reality has started to change and slowly shift as well, because it's inevitable. Once you start to change who you are inward, your reality has to change along with you, because everything that you see in your reality right now has been built on your prior assumptions, and who you were as a person before in your past is a reflection of who you are now. So I feel a lot of you did a lot of inner work, and because of this, you have changed yourself inwards in a very positive way, and your reality is going to start shifting if it hasn't happened yet, okay? But I feel that a lot of you have been seeing kind of signs already. I feel that you're already starting to feel more confident about the decisions that you've made. So expect like a big climax by the end of this year. There's something big that's approaching. Let's see more what this is for you, pile number 1. What is this big thing that's approaching you? You have rediscovery. Okay, so perhaps this is like the final touch for you to discover who you really are, to your authentic self. Maybe you're doing something that's going to really put things together. Have rediscovery. I feel that you're kind of how I like to see it is like we're born as this very authentic self, right? It's in our nature, and then because of so much influence, we tend to shapeshift to fit into this world, into our society. And we kind of tend to forget about our authentic self. We might not even know who our authentic self is because it has been washed away so much. And it almost feels like you guys are coming back to that spot where you are now able to be your true authentic self with the rediscover. I feel that you're really rediscovering who you were meant to be, who were you born to be. It's sort of like you're coming to the awakening. There's a big awakening that is also approaching you. I've been saying that you have been spiritually awakening through this year, and it has been a journey, but I almost feel this end of this year, it's like the final thing. It's the final moment where you really rediscover, and this is such a powerful moment that you're going to experience. It's going to be like that moment where you look around and everything makes sense. It makes sense who you are. It makes sense where you are, what you're doing. I feel that you're just gonna almost feel like a god. Like you're gonna feel, that very powerful energy with the King of Wands, that like you have your power, right? You have your power. You're gonna feel like you have your power. I feel your energy for the end of this year. You're stepping into very powerful energies here, pile number 1. Let's see what else is happening for you for the end of 2023. Be in service. Okay. Some of you might be offering some kind of service. Maybe that is your job, that is your career. And I feel like you're doing good in the world. Like that's what I feel. You're doing good in this world. You're bringing in good energy. You're giving in positive energy to this world. Maybe you're in a field where you offer service to people, where you help people in some kind of way, guide people in some kind of way. But I also feel that you have been in service this year, and this is why the universe is rewarding you, because you have been doing your part. You have been doing your job here as a person, I feel. So again, I feel this, like the message for you is just expect this end to be very rewarding to what you have been doing prior. Let's see what else for pile number 1. What is the message for them? Resistance. Yeah, it has been I don't want to say a tough year. And you also have boundaries on the bottom of the deck, and I was saying that a lot of you maybe have raised your boundaries this year, but I feel with this resistance card, it has been quite a year of resistance for you, is what I feel. It's like that energy, you have been so stubborn and you just did not want to let it go because you knew that you can make things better in your life, even when things started to go the opposite way, maybe that you wanted. I feel that you were still able to make a change here. So with the resistance card, I feel that everything that you guys have been resisting up until now, if you have been feeling like you just needed to hold things in place to not overflow or push, there was this energy where it was like a very critical moment where you had to push in order to go forward and to be better, no matter what your circumstances were, no matter what things that were coming your way were. You guys were able to be stubborn enough and resistant enough to resist the opposite results that you guys were receiving. And once you surpass the stage, it's when the flow of the things that you have been wanting to manifest starts to come in. Once you go, sometimes there really is that stage of opposition where you get the opposite results. But if you're able to resist and push through that stage, things will start to flow into your life like this, with the high honor here. So things are going to start flowing in very rapidly for you guys. If things have been manifesting but a bit slow, expect them to really fasten by the end of this year. And let's get your final message, pile number 1, to see what is your message for the end of this year. You have graciousness and belovedness. Let me focus this for you. And it says, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Wow, I feel that this is a really great way to end your reading, because you have your be in service. And I mentioned before that a lot of you have been very good this year. It's like you have been on the good list. How we tell the kids, when they're little, if you're being good, then Santa will give you a present. I feel that is kind of what's happening here for you. Like you have been so good this year, pile number 1. You have been so kind to everyone. You have been really trying to be a better person, make the world a better place. And the message that the universe wants to tell you is that every single kind act that you have made this year, no matter how small it is, even just smiling at a person, it was noticed and it will be rewarded for you, okay? You will be rewarded for being in service this year, for almost serving the part for the universe in this world, for being a kind, gracious human being, and expect a lot of rewards. I just noticed this lion here, it looks to me like they're kind of smirking or smiling. I don't know if you feel that way as well, but to me it looks like they're smiling a little bit. So I kind of got like this, like a little bit of like mischievous energy from the universe, like they're preparing something for you by the end of this year. So just expect to feel rewarded, okay? That's kind of what I feel here from your pile number 1. So I hope that this resonated for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you guys chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading today about the message that is meant to reach you before the end of this year. So as your card, pile number 2, you have the unknown card right here, okay? And let's start with your reading. I want to get some tarot cards, first of all, to start off and to see what is your message for the end of this year. So for my beautiful pile number 2, what is the message? Spirit guides and angels, please give pile number 2 guidance for the end of 2023. What does pile number 2 need to know for the end of this year? This card fell for you on the side, so let's take a look. First card is the 3 of Swords. Okay. You also have, let's see here, you have the King of Cups. Okay, beautiful. You also have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I want to tell you right away, pile number 2, you're getting a happy ending this year. That's what I'm seeing, a happy ending. And the King of Wands. Okay. So for pile number 2, what I feel the message is for you. I feel that this year, some of you had to be very strong, especially emotionally, okay? I feel like you really had to, it almost feels like you had no other choice. With the 3 of Swords, some of you could have experienced some kind of loss, maybe some kind of breakup this year, some sort of heartbreak. Maybe you had to let go of something this year that you really didn't want to. But I almost feel that this really triggered you developing this main character energy throughout the year. That's what I feel with the King of Wands. You know, pile number 1 also got the King of Wands. And I feel for you, you have really matured this year, especially emotionally. Like, I feel like you're so good at handling your emotions right now and just being confident. I really am getting that main character energy from you, pile number 1. And pile number 2, I'm so sorry. And I feel the message for you before this year ends is that you're going to experience a very happily ever after. You're going to experience a really good ending to this year, especially financially with the 10 of Pentacles. There is going to be an increase in your finances by the end of this year. You're going to receive maybe a promotion. Maybe some of you are going to receive a bigger amount, like a bonus. Or if you have your own business, I feel that it will do very, very well in this last few months. And I just feel that you guys are now able to handle things so well. Like maybe before, if something didn't go your way, or I don't know why I'm getting this energy, like if somebody told you something, like even if it was just like gossip or something, maybe you tend to get very angry, or you tend to emotionally react a lot. But I feel that now you're so composed with your emotions, you're so in peace, you're so emotionally matured, and there's this really big confidence about you that I feel that this prior loss that you maybe experienced in the beginning of your year has really built your character throughout this year. It happened to trigger, as I mentioned before, like I feel that it triggered like this main character development within you, and now you have matured, you have really stepped up, and you know what you're doing right now. And that's what I feel, you know what you're doing. So I feel for the end of this year, you guys will experience very big stability in the area of your finances, in your home, as well. Maybe some of you will be buying a home. I'm noticing the castle here. Some of you could be buying a home. You could be moving to a better home. You could be moving to a place that you really, really resonate with. That's what I feel here. Or just like there's going to be an increase in your finances. But I feel that is the way that you're being rewarded for the end of this year. So again, your message is that expect this year to have a good ending. Expect a happy ending to this year. Let's get some more oracle cards for you, pile number 2, to further clarify. What can you expect by the end of this year? What is the message that is meant to reach pile number 2? Ooh, you have occupation. So I feel that this really confirms what I was saying before, that I feel that in terms of work, you're going to be very busy with the end of this year. There will be a lot of things happening at work. So I feel that the main focus for you is going to be around your work. There is going to maybe be a busier period, an increase of work that you need to do. But with that, it comes, there's a bigger flow of money that's coming in for you. So expect to be quite occupied with your work, with the things that you're doing, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you have your own business or you want to start your own business. I feel that for those of you who are maybe self-employed, it's going to be quite a good way to end the year. Like, it's going to be quite good for these last few months when it comes to your finances and the money that you're generating. But if you're employed, it still applies to you. I just feel that the bigger group who chose, the more amount of people who chose this pile will be more self-employed, maybe have their own business or their side hustle, something like that. I feel that is going to be doing very well for you, pile number 2. Let's see what else is happening for you. Ooh, you have friction. Okay, so something is happening, something is sparking. With the friction card, I kind of got the energy of like something is preparing to blow up. Like, that's what I heard with the friction. You know, that is how we create fire, with the friction. So I feel that for you, pile number 2, something is going to gain a lot of attention as well. Something that you have been doing, you have been putting out there, is starting to spark, is starting to catch more, starting to receive more eyes, starting to catch people's attention. Maybe you're gonna get more customers or more people interested in what you're doing. Maybe you have a YouTube channel as well, and it's gonna start gaining more attention. But it's that energy where the thing that is your occupation, the thing that you're doing, is going to spark interest in people. So whether you're an artist putting out your art, people are going to be more interested in it. Or if you are just an employee in a company, maybe people will start to notice your work more, and this will lead to a bonus or promotion. But I feel that whatever you're doing here, when it comes to your occupation, the message for you for the end of this year is that it's going to be doing very well. It's a great time for your career, pile number 2. Great time for you to make more money, to become more financially stable, and also improve the way that you live. Improve your home. Okay, but you're really getting, like, this 3 of Swords keeps sticking out to me, and I feel that this year might have started a bit rough for you guys, or it started with some kind of loss, but it's ending in a really good way. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's see what else you need to know before this year ends. What do you want to tell to pile number 2 before this year ends, universe? Let's see. Potential getaway. Ooh, some of you may be traveling somewhere. Okay, by the end of this year, you might be going on some kind of trip. Maybe you're moving, right? I mentioned some of you might be moving, but this has been coming up a lot lately, I feel, in my readings, and I'm sure it's for a reason, because we're all very much connected in this community. And I feel for you, some of you might be traveling somewhere, like potential getaway. But you know, the potential getaway, this is like the feeling to me of like a honeymoon, or like a trip with a friend, or like a trip that you go solo, that it's just for a couple of days in some really beautiful place, like a very beautiful city. So some of you might be traveling somewhere. You might not even know right now. You might be like, I don't really have plans. But this is something more like unexpected, like something that you do, you don't think prior so much about it. So it's something that might come up for you guys. You might be traveling somewhere. That is very interesting. Okay, let's see what else for pile number 2. What do they need to hear before this year ends, Spirit? Abundance, yeah. Okay, so this definitely confirms what I was saying about your finances, about your work and career doing very well in these last few months, especially it's right under the 10 of Pentacles. So financially this year, the end of this year is going to be really good. Maybe some of you are finally going to receive enough to even go on a vacation somewhere, travel somewhere, maybe even take a little bit of a break off of work, a couple of days. So if you have been working really hard, if you have been very busy this year, I feel that you're going to end this year with a very nice, first of all, very nice increase in your finances. And then you will end it with a nice vacation. That's kind of what I feel might be happening for some of you. But yeah, very good time for your career, Paul number 2. All right, let's get your message now to end your reading. What is the message for you for the end of 2023 for my pile 2? Let's see. You guys have eternal memories. Okay, that's interesting to receive. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you made along the way. So yeah, this really confirms with the potential getaway. Some of you might be creating like really fun memories in the rest of the year. Like you might be going on a trip somewhere and creating really good memories, meeting new people. So honestly, I feel that you're gonna have a really good ending to this year, Paul number 2, and I'm so happy to see this for you because, as I mentioned, I feel things in your career will be becoming more stable. They will be improving financially. You will be doing very well. Especially this abundance card is taking place in the autumn season. And the end of this year is autumn. So expect autumn time to be very financially good for you. And there is some sort of trip that you're going on, maybe alone, maybe with a person, that is going to be really fun. Everything is going to go very well. Maybe some of you are stressing a bit how this trip is gonna go, but I feel that it's gonna be really good. It's maybe going to be one of your favorite things you've done, but you are creating some really good memories in the end of this year. And yeah, again, you're having a really good ending to the year. I'm so happy for you, Paul number 2. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye. Hello, my beautiful Paul number 3. If you guys chose this pile, then this is going to be a reading today about the message that is meant to reach you before the end of this year. So as your card, Paul number 3, you have the Fool card. Okay, let's put this right here and let's get your tarot cards to see what is your message before the end of this year. What do your spirit guides and angels want you to know before this year ends? For Paul number 3, what is the message that is meant to reach them before the end of 2023? Okay, let's get these two. And let's see what is your message. So for your first card, you have the Four of Wands, okay? You have the Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, and your last card, wow, the Emperor. Okay, very powerful card to receive, especially as your last card. So honestly, I'm so happy with the readings today because they've all indicated that there is a good ending to this year. There is a good conclusion to this year. And I feel it's the same for you, Paul number 3. I feel you're going to achieve a very big and major success in the end of the year, especially with the Ace of Swords and the Emperor. These are two very powerful cards, especially when it comes to success, when it comes to victory. As we all know, the Ace of Swords is the card of victory, is the card of success, mental clarity, especially combined with the Emperor. They're a person of authority. They're somebody who is very powerful. They're the hierarchy almost, you know? And for you, Paul 3, I feel that you're ending the year with a major success. So something that you're doing is going to be very successful. It's going to be like a major hit. That's what I'm getting. It's going to open a lot of new possibilities for you because you chose the Fool card. I feel that you might be like, I feel this, like these last few months are going to be quite the change for you. Some of you might be deciding to take a new direction in your life, or like there is going to be a source of change in your life that's happening, and it's going to be triggered by this success. It's kind of like the best way I can put it as an example is like, let's say you have a job and then you have this thing that you do on the side, and then this thing on the side takes off and you're able to now decide which one do you want to keep. So that's kind of what I feel is happening here for you. It's like you're gonna have to the choice to choose what you want to do next. You're gonna have to make a decision on which direction to take. So I feel that this year, the end of this year, is opening an opportunity for a new beginning in your life, for starting from zero, from a refresher in your life. And also I'm seeing it being quite like eventful and quite stable with the 8 of Wands and 4 of Wands. I feel that this is kind of the energy of like so many things are happening in your life, but everything is so stable. Everything feels so safe. Everything feels like it's going right. You know, I expect to receive a lot of messages, a lot of events. Some of you might be getting like a lot of text messages from people, a lot of emails, a lot of new work opportunities, and everything around you. Even though it's a bit chaotic because so much is happening, you're still gonna feel so safe and so stable in your surroundings because it's happening the way that you want it to happen. That's what I feel here for you. But expect there's this major success here that's arising for you. I want to get some oracle cards, or actually let's get a tarot card to clarify what the success is going to be about and what area of your life are you receiving major success. Pile number 3. What is this major success for pile number 3? Okay, let's take a look here. You have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is something I feel for a lot of you, this is something that you're doing creatively. The Queen of Wands is about creativity. They're kind of like my artists, my singer-songwriters. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, like actors, entrepreneurs. They're creative people. So expect something that you're doing creatively. Maybe you're putting out a book. Maybe you're putting out a song. Maybe some of you're putting your art out there. It's going to be very successful. It's going to get a lot of attention. A lot of people are going to love it. I see your audience growing. The Queen of Wands, it's about also like fame and spotlight. So a lot of you are going to be receiving success in that area of your life. So really good that we clarify that. Let's get some, sorry about my voice, by the way. Let's get some oracle cards to further clarify what is your message for the end of this year. Also, some of you, I kind of feel you might be approached by somebody. I don't know why I got this message, but we see here on the 4 of Wands, it feels like this man is approaching this woman. So I feel some of you might be getting approached by a lot of people, especially with the 8 of Wands, especially if you're doing something in the public that's going to catch a lot of attention. I expect a lot of people reaching out to work with you, or like your fan base might be growing. If you're on social media, if you're doing something like that, like it will be a good time for you and you will gain a lot of audience. There will be a lot of people interested to work with you, approaching you. So I do see that happening for some of you. You also have main female. Look at this, guys. I feel that you're becoming the center of attention, okay? So for those of you who chose pile number 3, you're becoming the center of attention by the end of this year. Something that you're doing is going to gain quite a bit of attention here, and you're going to be very valued. You're going to be very honored. The Emperor is somebody who is very, as I mentioned, they are the authority. They are the one who gives instructions. They're the one who people respect. So with the main female and the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, you're definitely stepping into a position where people respect you, where people look at you as a person who has authority, who has respect, who has success. I feel that you're going to do something that's going to give you the reputation. You're going to start to feel like you're somebody very important. The main female is about being the main character, being the center of attention. So in that case, that is happening for you. Okay, let's see what else is happening for you. Pile number 3 for the end of 2023. Can you expect? Alchemy. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely creating something. I feel that for those of you who chose this pile, you're very creative people. There is something that you're creating. I wouldn't be surprised if you've started this from nothing. So it is like that up and coming story. I feel that you're going to start to gain a lot of attention maybe you started something and you had really nothing before, or you're starting something completely new that is very unfamiliar to you and that it's going to be very successful. But I do see that for those of you who chose this pile, you are in the process of creation with the alchemy. This is somebody who creates something out of nothing. So you have also maybe, I kind of see this as like you're building your reputation out of nothing. You know, maybe you come from a family who is not very wealthy, you come from a family who is not very like the best way I can say it is like you didn't get your life easy, okay? You might be used to not getting things in your life that easy. Maybe you had a not the best upbringing or not the best opportunities. Maybe you were born in a country with less opportunities or in a city that with less opportunities, but it feels like that energy where it almost feels like the odds were against you, but you were still able to create your dreams and your wishes out of nothing, literally, even if the cards weren't dealt in your favor, or I don't know how you say that, but I feel like you guys are really going to be able to create something out of your life, something very big out of nothing practically. Let's see what else is your message for the rest of 2023. I feel this one. Open your heart. Okay, so you're going to start to receive a lot. I feel like you're going to be very happy, very satisfied with the way that things are going by the end of this year. Open your heart. Maybe some of you are a bit, I don't want to say cold-hearted, but maybe you have that image or you have that feeling to you that some people might feel like you're not always emotionally available. And I feel that it's a lot of you might be doing this to protect yourself because you've been hurt in the past. But I do feel that a lot of you, especially the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, they are not the most like emotionally available energies, if I can put it that way. Like they might be people with very strong boundaries, people who don't let in people easily, who don't like to be so personal. And even though even if some of you want the spotlight, you might not tend to be a person who like overshares everything on social media or tells social media everything, you know, how maybe some celebrities would hide that they're dating or something like that. I feel like you would be that type of person where you just, maybe you want the spotlight, but you don't want your personal information out there. And I feel some of you are gonna start to become more emotionally there. Okay, like before you had to be very strong, you had to be very strict, you had to be very cold, very rigorous in a way, because you knew that you had to be disciplined in order to achieve your dreams. But now that things are kind of starting to come to fruition, it almost feels like some of you are going to start to relax a little bit. Not fully, but I kind of get like you're going to slowly start to feel you're opening up your heart, right? It's not going to be so closed up anymore. Some of you might be also interested in starting to date by the end of this year is what I'm seeing. Let's see what else. What is your message? Pile number 3 for the end of this year. Ooh, you have assessing. Okay. Assessing. So with this card, I'm kind of getting two energies, honestly. The first thing that I'm seeing is that the universe is watching over you. And the second thing is that you guys are very smart when it comes to watching what the other people are doing and then learning from them. Like, you're really good at taking a look at other people's stories and then maybe noticing where they made mistakes, where they did that, what would you improve. So I feel you're very smart, you're very diligent in that sense. And I'm also hearing be on the lookout with the assessing card, be on the lookout. And let's get your last message to end your reading, pile number 3. What is the message that is meant to reach you before the end of this year? You have gratitude. Okay, gratitude makes sense. Let me just focus this for you. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So I feel that your message for the end of this year is honestly keep doing what you're doing. I feel that you guys are doing really well. You're on the right path. You're moving in the right direction. And this is almost kind of like just an assuring from the universe that gratitude makes sense of our past. Actually, it's a very beautiful message. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today and creates vision for tomorrow. You know, just keep being focused is what I'm hearing for you as well, because I feel that you're on the way to create your vision, bring it into reality, and things are going to start to manifest for you guys by the end of this year, because you've been so good and because you have been so diligent and so disciplined. So stay focused, hold your course is what I'm seeing here, and you will be there. I think that you will see a lot of fast movement in the end of this year. So yeah, that's what I have for you, pile number 3. I really hope that this resonated for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.